a little while ago, I posted this as my pre-raid BIS for going into tanking Molten Core. My selection of these items was the least amount of dungeons to run, so you didn't have to run several different dungeons. This gear essentially comes primarily from Lower Blackrock, Upper Blackrock, and Strat Undead. So now people are wondering, okay, so what is Phase 1 Molten Core BIS? And, this is not unknown information, but nonetheless. So for Fury Prot, Lionheart Helm, it's a very aggressive piece. It's best in slot. But also you can do Wrath. Or you could do Helm of Might. They're all good. Helm of Might's pretty good too, right? Like they're all good. It's just what's going to allow us to hit the hit cap, and do you want to use really aggressive pieces? Horde tend to gear more aggressively. Alliance can afford to be more tanky due to Salvation. For the necklace, there's really only one option, and that is your Oni Tooth Pendant. Valor shoulders are still really good since they give you strength, agility, stamina, which is what you want as a tank. But of course, Pauldrons of Might give you more stamina and more armor, give you a bit of defense. The shield block is kind of meh. Honestly, the 4-piece Valor 40 attack power is very attractive. It's just whether or not you want to keep using 4 blue items for 40 attack power. Because if we look at Might Breastplate, you're going to get a bunch of stamina and strength. Although, of course, Savage Gladiator Chain, just so much offensive stats on this item. For the cloak, you're going to be using Cloak of Shrouded Mists. Tons of agility, which is going to translate to crit and dodge, as well as the stamina. But you could use the Dragon Blood Cape too if you prefer to have more stamina but a little bit less offensive stats. They're both fantastic cloaks. For the bracers, usually people are going to opt for Wrist Guards of True Flight because they have stamina, hit, and agility. Agility, again, being crit and dodge. So they're just fantastic bracers. Now, regardless of your race, technically in Phase 1, Perdition's Blade is the BIS weapon because it's 58 DPS. If you're going to be a human, you have your 40 DPS Doll Rens. You could use a Viscag, but it's a little bit less DPS. It's slow, and it takes a sword away from your DPS. Warriors. Yeah, you could tank with a Brutality Blade. It's slower. It's a good weapon, but Perdition's Blade and Corehound Tooth, I think, are pretty much BIS regardless of what race you're playing. And then you're going to want to use your H-Core Leather Gloves. Strength, stamina, crit, dagger skill, fire resistance, they're fantastic. But of course, other races might want to use something else, like an Orc using Deathbringer. You could, if you want. Onslaught Girdle is obviously your best. This is a highly contested item. You're probably going to keep on using Big Ram Girdle, or you could opt for Belt of Might, which simply has more stamina, a little more strength, then you have some dodge and defense plus fire resist. It's just a no-brainer. For legs, Mr. Ragnaros drops Leg Plates of Wrath. If you really want to spend a lot of gold, Cloud Keepers have what a Fury Prot warrior wants. Strength, stamina, agility. But they're really, really expensive. Sure, you could keep using your blood mail boots or something like that. You're just gonna go for the boots of might, which have stamina, strength, defense. Now, we still have to consider our hit. We need 6% hit from gear. So, assuming we're going to be using Lionheart helmet, that's 2 and 3 on our helmet and necklace. And then we have another hit on the bracers. That means we need 2% more hit. You could still keep using your Blackstone ring, but that's going to kind of upgrade to Band of Akuria. If you're going to be super high threat, yeah, quick strike ring, but that's going to be very contested. Probably as a tank, you need to say, hey, DPS warriors, you can have that. I'll get the 10th quick strike ring. Myrmidon Signet, huge stamina, strength, agility, fantastic. It's expensive. You might want an aggressive piece and use your Pain Weaver. You could still just use Blackstone. If you want to have some chonkiness, because you are using some aggressive pieces, Heavy Dark Iron Ring is a potential candidate that you're not going to have to spend on. Hand of Justice. And then you're going to probably using Blaster Shot. Strikers that's like a rogue / DPS warrior. Blaster Shot, you're getting crit and stamina. And with this setup, you're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hit. Yes, Onslaught's great. Quick Strike's great. This is a setup of items that gets you your hit cap, and you're using a lot of chonky gear, but it allows you to also use a leather piece, a plate piece with no stamina, and a piece of mail and another piece of mail. I would say that this is like what I personally would be gunning for. Yeah, that's what I'd be going for here. It's just the best of both worlds in terms of loot. How difficult is it to get this stuff? As a tank, you're potentially going to be able to hard res the Oni Tooth to you. It's like, hey, I'm the main tank. I need the hit. And then if you have 3 tanks in Molten Core, okay, tanks, let's have the tanks roll on might pieces. And in several weeks, maybe you get your might shoulders and your might boots and your wrath legs, or your might legs, or you get a couple pieces of those. It's a lot of these pieces are not terribly contested, other than rogues are gonna also want the daggers. Akuria is gonna be a dagger thing, and so you can still keep on using your Blackstone, and maybe you get another hit from blood mail boots or the Black Crow if you can get your hands on that. But that's what I would be using. This is what I'd be going for in phase 1. Again, yeah, you can use Wrath, but if you're going to use Wrath, you're going to need hit from something else. What's that going to be? I mean, you could use Wrath plus True Strike. It's an option. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a sub and a comment. Catch me live on my Twitch channel, Dwarf Lord TV, to connect with me or say hi to me in game on any of my characters. Dwarf Lord out.
And they say that the Dwarf Lord could save us. I'm not gonna pave here and wait. I'll hold on to the beard of the Dwarf Lord. Watch as we